So, John, you talked about worth and accomplishment.
Hmm.
How does that align to being and doing that we teach coaches?
Well, that's a good question. Yeah, I mean, the idea is to separate your worth from your doing and to lean into the beingness. I think the sphere that comes up is from an old, uh, from an older paradigm. The fear is if I separate my worth from my doing, then there's no longer any incentive for me to do anything. So I'll just not do it. So I'll do nothing. I think the irony is that when people attend to their being and separate the being from the doing, they're really taking away the negative judgment of making mistakes or taking risks. And one of the coolest ideas I've been playing with the last 2 or 3 weeks has been this idea around flow. And, and to get into flow, you need to have risk of failure in order to get into flow. If you are guaranteed success, that is not necessarily flow. That's a task. You can get lost in a task, sure. But even getting lost in a task that's relatively mundane, there still is some degree of failure. Like if you're cutting wood, you might miss the axe might fall off, the side. You have to, do it again. So there has to be, a risk of failure involved if you're going to get into flow. The challenge is people, I think, avoid these because we want to avoid risk, and people are risk adverse. It's in our nature to be risk adverse. It's what's kept us safe all these millennia. So let's keep doing that. So you have to attend to the risk factors, attend to that internal landscape, and accept failure as part of the price of getting into flow.
Thank you, John. Yeah, we never plan this, do we, John? And the alignment just happens. I have so many things that are going through my mind, and even everything you're sharing right now reminds me of an affirmation I created last year with my coach. And it was a reminder to myself, I deserve to be loved for who I am, not for just what I do. Because there's
Mm-hmm.
so much wrapped up in the getting things done and the accomplishment and the goals. I know we could talk about this probably for a really long time. So I'm going to switch gear and move us to the next question, if that's good with you, John.
Yeah, this is lovely. And what I love this. I mean, I feel like Raj, we're finding our format, and I think what I love about it is it get like this Q&A session, these podcasts. It's literally an avenue to take the stuff that's I've been poking at the last week or so and be able to put it together, publicly. I feel like it's a really great structure.